Hey there guys, welcome to a new video. Today we are doing how to spot fake Pokemon games. Hopefully I can give you some tips on how to spot these fake GBA games before you see them in person, before you lose your money, before you miss out. Let's get into the video. First up, let's look at my real Pokemon Emerald copy. Looking at the front of this game, it is clear that it was created by Pokemon straight away due to the simple identification of the indented numbers. These indented numbers and letters pressed into the cartridge itself are only done by the Pokemon manufacturing facilities. While they may be imprinted onto fakes, it is highly unlikely, and it is quite the process that they have to go through when usually these companies are bootlegging these games, not putting a lot of money into it. This shows time, quality, and decent machinery, and couldn't really be replicated in a sweatshop. Let's have a look at the back of the real cartridge. Furthermore, the back of the game can also be used to highlight the legitimacy of the cart itself. If you're not quite sure about the numbers on the front, the presence of these two golden dots along with a third soldering dot below helps to highlight the legitimacy of the cart. If there are any more or less dots than these 3/2, then the game is most likely a fake and was not made by Pokemon. Let's look at a third key identifier of a real Pokemon game. For lack of a better picture, because I do not want to open up my Pokemon Emerald copy, here is the motherboard slash chip slash whatever you want to call it inside of it. It is a little bit blurry, probably could have gotten a better picture. But this is where we're at. Better picture of my hand than anything else. So the inside of the board can be tested, it can be looked at. The board that I've got here is real. I've had it tested by a professional, and I've also done lots of research and submitted it to countless Reddits that have verified it as real from images alone. I myself am yet to open it up and change the battery because, like lots of GBA games, the battery inside of them runs dry after a few years, and it's quite a common issue with them. But usually when you're looking at this down the bottom here, if your motherboard looks like this, Nintendo's spelled correctly, there's no weird symbols, there's no weird colors, it looks like this, then your game is 100% real. And if you're still worried, I'll show you some extra tips after we've had a look at this fake Pokemon Ruby. Let's go. So now we're going to look at my fake Pokemon Ruby copy. Let's just get straight into it, this horrifying piece of trash. Here is my fake Pokemon Ruby copy. As you can see, there is no indented numbers straight away, a dead giveaway. Should have seen that coming. I obviously did not know about this. I did not know that GBA games were so badly bootlegged. I had no idea. You can also see from just the quality of the picture on the front, in person, it is actually a little bit more shiny than it looks in this picture, but obviously the quality is just not there. Like, the camera quality is pretty good for my phone, it's a relatively new phone. It's just the print on there is just not at all what you would expect from a proper Pokemon cart. If there are indentations on the cart, don't jump straight to identifying it as a legitimate cartridge. Sometimes these can be in place where the bootleggers have put in that little more money, a little bit more time to pass it off as a real cart. You do have some of these companies trying to pass them off as fakes so badly that they can just get that premium profit. So we're going to look at a few other ways to show how a cart is a fake. Having a look at the horrendous backside of this cart. The back here looks very different to the real copy of Pokemon Emerald. As you can see, lots of golden dots present in this area. Don't really know why I've had to highlight it. I'm pretty sure you noticed it straight away. It's also a lot darker, this cart. I've actually held it up to the light here to try and show more of the cart, but instead it's just made it so dark that it's unable to see any of what's going on. This would never be present on a real Pokemon cart and is a clear identifier of the sweatshop. So if your game looks like this, I'm sorry to tell you, but it is a fake 100%. Also, with the first one, if there is no indentations, it's fake. Also, you know, low quality, any misspellings as well, obviously a fake. Pokemon don't print misprints, at least not commonly. And if it is a misprint, then I'm sure it's worth a lot more than just a GBA game, and you probably wouldn't be able to pick it up for a $5 off Facebook Marketplace. A funny little piece about this Ruby version cartridge is that, as you can see there, Nintendo on the base chip, along with the base chip looking, it's also black and almost looks wooden. The Nintendo is actually spelled incorrectly, with the N's actually being H's. I haven't seen this anywhere else, so I don't know if it's a common fault, but this is one that was on mine, and I felt like it was good enough and solid enough to share with you. You can also see the difference between this board and the Emerald board. It's just the quality isn't there for the Ruby version. You can tell that they've spent maybe 30 pence on creating it. Probably the most expensive part about this game is the sticker on the front. So the H is not an N. It's not. Nintendo don't swap out H's for N's willy-nilly. So yeah, this is obviously a fake, and if your N's look like H's, I'm sorry to tell you, but your game's also a fake. My personal speculation is that bootleggers have changed the spelling of Nintendo to try and avoid a lawsuit. I don't know how it would work, as you are still creating fake games, which is illegal. But you know, their minds work in different ways to ours. I'm sure none of you would ever dream about making these kind of bootleg games to rip people off. So let's say that you've gone on Facebook Marketplace, you've bought a £5 game. What do you do if you've just found out that it is indeed a fake? Let's get into that right now. From my personal experience from buying fake games, usually the original owner or the seller knows that they are fake, and they are passing them off in a shady way to try and make money from you. Especially if you think you're going to get a good deal. Like these Pokemon Sapphires, these Pokemon Rubies, £5, that is just not the price of a real game. I ended up paying £35 for my real Pokemon Emerald GBA copy, which is actually still quite a good price. I've seen a lot of these things go for a lot more. So if you can find one in the realm of £30, I would say is probably the cheapest you're going to get a real game for. And even then, you can still find fakes within these bunches, people trying their luck, which is why it's so important to get clear pictures of the cartridges before you buy. I actually bought 4 copies of Pokemon Ruby. Well, I had 2 Rubies, a Sapphire, and an Emerald. After I figured out that this one was a fake, I found some online that I thought looked kind of real. I bought them and very quickly found out that they were not real. I, however, did manage to get a refund on all 3 of those copies, as I bought through PayPal with buyer's protection, which I highly recommend. Selling fake games is a crime in the UK, and also the selling of goods under false pretenses is a serious contractual crime within the UK. So if you do see these things happening, it is actually an offence that can be enforced by law. By alerting the seller to these facts, it may entice them to offer you a refund rather than go through legal trouble. Obviously, for a £5 game or a £10 game, it's usually not worth contacting the police, but if these people are scamming 20 people a day, like that's a lot of money they could be pulling in just from these bootleg cartridges that kids are buying, and we're buying without knowing what they actually are. So even if they give you a refund, even if they go out of their way to apologize and say they had no idea, I always report. I report the account, I report the post. I make sure that I've done all I can as far as it goes. With the Pokemon Ruby cartridge I do still have, I actually did report the seller further and did take it further, as I also did receive some slanderous comments from them about the game not being real, and it was a big, deep hole that I just did not want to dig through. They did end up actually getting charged because they were known within England as selling lots and lots of fake games, so it ended up being quite a nice little story. But that's for another day. I'm not going to get into it just now. Andy, if you're watching this, you suck. I still didn't get my £10. But let's keep going. If you're still worried about any of your games and whether they may be a fake, here's an extra step for you if you can't tell easily from my initial 3 steps. The Reddit known as r/game verifying have experts that can quickly tell if your game is fake or real. It took them a total of 5 minutes to verify with me that my Ruby was fake and my Emerald was real. I already knew at the time which was real and which was fake, so it was kind of nice to see that these people knew the same things as me, knew what to look for, and overall were just experts in identifying it, where Those of you who are new to GBA games might not be. I trust them, and they were able to highlight what was wrong with my carts. So if you guys want to go there, if you're not quite sure after this video, I could leave a link down in the description, but if you have read it, just type it in. It's probably still on the screen now. If you're still skeptical, however, you may always comment down below. You're always welcome here. I hope some other commenters might be able to help you out. I'll constantly be patrolling the comments as well. So if you need anything, just write in what your game's looking like, what you think. I can answer it as best I can. Worst comes to worst, I just point you back to game verification, and what they say is realistically what I would say as well. It is unfortunate for those who mistakenly sell a fake game, but as a seller, you have a job to do and to understand what your products actually are. You therefore must ensure you list a Pokemon game as a fake where it is one. You cannot pass off these games as real, as that is falsely identifying products. The knowledge you need should come from researching what your products are and ensuring that you are not falsely labeling your products, which could get you in deep trouble. If you're watching this and you sell Pokemon games, make sure you go through each of them. Make sure you're not handing out fakes, because you can get in lots of legal trouble. This is not a warning. I'm not firing shots at anyone other than Andy, who sold me this fake game. But if you know what you're doing is illegal, this video is not for you, mate. You're not welcome here. The copy of Pokemon Ruby I bought for £10 was a steal when I seen it on Facebook Marketplace. I had no idea about the presence of fake games up until I received it and I plugged it into my DS and it didn't work. I messaged the seller and I got nothing but rude comments and hate. So I ended up having to go through lots of hoops to try and get my money back unsuccessfully. But I do hope that if this £10 is not going to be back in my pocket, it has helped someone out. If someone watches this and understands the presence of these fake games, or gets put off buying a fake game, or identifies a fake game, then that £10 worth it. I don't mind showing you guys this. I don't mind keeping it here. Hell, I'll give it away if someone wants it. If someone wants a fake game, come and take it from me. So until next time, guys, stay safe and have a nice day. Apart from you, Andy, don't stay safe. I still want my £10 back. I know where you live. He's in England. I'm coming from. I'm in Scotland, so it's, you know, a little bit of a journey. But yeah, I'm coming for you, mate. But anyway, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a comment about your games. Leave a comment about what you want to see next. We're doing this all summer. We've almost hit 100 subscribers at the time I'm recording this. We might hit 100 by July. It's currently the 30th. This video is probably going to be dated. This video is definitely not going to go out today, but maybe this weekend. So yeah, leave a comment down below, and I hope you have a nice day.